Lily Martinez was 8 years old and lived with her grandmother in a small apartment on the outskirts of Boston. Her parents had died in a car accident 3 years earlier, leaving her in the care of her abuela Rosa. Rosa worked as a cleaning lady in office buildings downtown, her weathered hands scrubbing floors late into the night to afford rent and food. They had little, but they had each other. Lily was a bright child, with dark curly hair and eyes that held wisdom beyond her years. She understood their situation without needing explanation. She never asked for toys or treats like other children. Instead, she helped her grandmother however she could. After school, she would walk to the public library and wait there doing homework until Rosa finished her cleaning shifts. The librarians knew her well. They gave her books and sometimes cookies from their lunch bags. Lily loved reading. Books took her to worlds where poverty did not exist, where little girls had families and futures full of possibility. On weekends, Lily sometimes accompanied her grandmother to work. Rosa cleaned a prestigious law firm on Saturdays when the building was empty. Lily would sit quietly in the lobby doing schoolwork while her grandmother worked through the floors above. She never complained, never made Rosa feel guilty about their circumstances. One Saturday morning in early December, they arrived at the law firm building as usual. Snow was beginning to fall outside, dusting the city streets with white. Rosa went upstairs to begin cleaning, while Lily settled into her usual corner of the marble lobby with her books and pencils. The building was silent, except for the hum of heating systems and distant sound of Rosa's vacuum cleaner. Lily worked on her math homework, carefully solving problems in her worn notebook. After an hour, she stood to stretch her legs. She walked around the lobby looking at the expensive art on the walls and the gleaming marble floors. Near the entrance, she noticed something glinting by the revolving doors, something small catching the overhead lights. She walked closer and bent down to look. There on the floor, partially hidden beneath the doormat, was a ring. Lily picked it up carefully. It was heavy and beautiful, gold band with an enormous diamond that sparkled even in the subdued lobby lighting. She had never seen anything so magnificent in her real life, only in pictures and movies. Her heart raced. This ring was clearly valuable, worth more money than she could imagine, more than her grandmother earned in years of scrubbing floors. Lily's first instinct was practical. She thought immediately of her grandmother's tired face, of their apartment where winter cold seeped through thin walls, of the electricity bill Rosa worried about constantly. This ring could solve everything. They could sell it and have enough money for food and heat and maybe even a better apartment. Her grandmother could stop working such brutal hours, maybe even retire. Lily clutched the ring tightly, but even as these thoughts rushed through her mind, another feeling grew stronger. A feeling her grandmother had taught her through years of quiet example. Honesty, integrity, doing what was right even when it was hard. Rosa had always taught her that their poverty did not define their character. That being poor was not the same as being dishonest, that they might have little, but they had their dignity. Lily stood there holding the ring, torn between desperate need and deeply ingrained values. She could slip it in her pocket. No one would know. The building was empty. No cameras watched this corner. It would be so easy. But she would know. Her grandmother would know. And that mattered more than money. Lily took a deep breath and walked to the security desk. The guard was reading a newspaper. She approached quietly. "Excuse me," she said in her small voice. "I found this." She held out the ring. The guard looked up, saw the ring, and his eyes widened. He took it carefully, examining the diamond. "Where did you find this?" he asked. "By the front door," she answered. "Under the mat." The guard studied her for a long moment. "This is very valuable," he said. "You could have kept it." "I know," Lily replied simply, "but it is not mine." The guard smiled with respect. "What is your name?" "Lily Martinez. And you are here with my grandmother. She cleans upstairs." The guard picked up his phone and made several calls. Within 20 minutes, the building manager arrived, along with a well-dressed woman in her 50s. The woman looked elegant despite the early Saturday hour. expensive coat, perfect hair, the kind of person who lived in a completely different world from Lily. The guard explained the situation. This young girl found a ring by the entrance and turned it in immediately. The woman turned to Lily with an expression that was hard to read. "May I see it?" she asked quietly. The guard handed her the ring. The woman looked at it, and her eyes filled with tears. "This is mine," she whispered. "I lost it yesterday. I have been devastated. It was my mother's engagement ring. She died last year. This ring is all I have left of her." Lily watched the woman's genuine emotion. "I am so glad you found it," Lily said softly. The woman wiped her eyes. She looked at Lily, really seeing her for the first time, noticing her worn clothes, her thin jacket inadequate for December cold, her shoes with holes in the soles. She knelt down to Lily's eye level. "What is your name?" she asked gently. "Lily Martinez. Lily, this ring is worth over $50,000. You could have kept it, changed your life. Why did you turn it in?" Lily thought about the question. "Because it was not mine," she said, "and because my abuela taught me that being poor does not mean being a thief. We might not have much, but we have our honor." The woman's eyes filled with fresh tears. She placed her hand on Lily's shoulder. "You have given me something priceless," she said. "I want to give you something in return." Lily shook her head quickly. "I do not want money," she said. "I did not return your ring for a reward. I just wanted you to have it back because it belonged to your mother." The woman smiled through her tears. "I know you did not do it for money. That makes what you did even more remarkable. But please, let me help you somehow. Tell me what you need." Lily hesitated. She thought about her grandmother upstairs, scrubbing floors at 65 years old, about their cold apartment, about going to bed hungry sometimes, about her secret dreams that seemed impossible. Finally, she spoke. "My abuela works very hard. She cleans buildings every night. Her hands hurt and her back hurts, but she never complains. She takes care of me because my parents died." The woman listened intently. "I do not want money for me," Lily continued. "But if you really want to help, could you help my grandmother? Maybe help her find a different job, one that does not hurt her so much." The woman was quiet for a moment. Then she asked, "What is your grandmother's name?" "Rosa Martinez. She is cleaning upstairs right now." The woman stood up. She spoke to the building manager briefly, then turned back to Lily. "Come with me. Let us go find your grandmother." They rode the elevator to the 12th floor, found Rosa in an empty conference room, carefully dusting expensive furniture. When Rosa saw the elegant woman with Lily, she looked frightened, thinking perhaps Lily had done something wrong. "Senora Martinez," the woman said gently, "my name is Catherine Winters. Your granddaughter just did something extraordinary. She found my mother's ring and returned it when she could have kept it and changed both your lives." Rosa looked at Lily with pride and love. "That is how I raised her," she said quietly. "To be honest and good." Catherine nodded. "I can see that. She has more character at 8 years old than most adults I know, and now I want to help if you will let me." Rosa's first instinct was to refuse. They did not need charity. But Catherine continued speaking. "I own a foundation that helps families in difficult circumstances. We provide resources and opportunities, not handouts, but pathways to better futures. I would like to offer you both support." Rosa hesitated. Catherine spoke again more specifically. "I understand you work multiple cleaning jobs. That is honorable work, but it is destroying your body. What if I could help you train for something different? Something that uses your skills, but does not break you physically. And for Lily, I want to set up an education fund, so she never has to worry about affording school or college." Rosa's eyes filled with tears. "Why would you do this for us?" "Because your granddaughter reminded me what truly matters," Catherine said. "She reminded me that integrity and kindness are worth more than any diamond, and because my mother, who owned that ring, would have wanted me to help. She believed in lifting others up." Over the following weeks, Catherine kept her promises. She enrolled Rosa in a professional development program for facilities management. Rosa learned administrative skills and within 3 months secured a position as a building supervisor. Better pay, regular hours, no more scrubbing floors on her knees. For Lily, Catherine established a full education fund, covering private school tuition, books, activities, and eventually college. But more than that, she became a mentor, meeting with Lily monthly, encouraging her dreams, showing her possibilities beyond what she had imagined. The relationship between Catherine and the Martinez family deepened. Catherine was wealthy but lonely. Her husband had passed away. Her children lived far away. She had everything money could buy, but missed connection and purpose. Rosa and Lily filled something in her life. They became chosen family. Catherine attended Lily's school events, helped Rosa navigate healthcare systems, celebrated holidays together. The connection was real and mutual, not charity, but genuine love. Years passed. Lily thrived in her new school. She was naturally brilliant, and with proper resources she excelled. She joined debate team and science club. When Lily was 12, she won a regional science competition. Her project focused on affordable water filtration systems for low-income communities. Catherine attended the awards ceremony, watched Lily accept her trophy with confidence she had never possessed at 8 years old. After the ceremony, Catherine hugged her. "I am so proud of you," she said. "You are going to change the world, Lily." Lily hugged her back. "You already changed mine," she whispered. High school brought new challenges and opportunities. Lily maintained perfect grades while volunteering at homeless shelters and food banks. She never forgot where she came from, never took her opportunities for granted. She saw classmates who had always had privilege, who complained about trivial problems, who wasted chances she knew were precious. She remained grounded, kind, focused on helping others. Rosa's life had also transformed. She was now managing facilities for an entire office complex. She had health insurance and retirement savings. Her hands no longer ached constantly. She could provide for Lily with dignity. Every night she thanked God for Catherine's generosity and for raising a granddaughter with such pure character. When Lily was 16, Catherine was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. The prognosis was not good. Lily was devastated. Catherine had become like a mother to her, more than a benefactor, true family. During Catherine's treatment, Lily visited constantly, doing homework in hospital rooms, reading to Catherine when she was too weak to hold books herself, bringing Rosa's homemade soup, providing comfort and company through the hardest months. Catherine's biological children visited occasionally, but they were busy with their own lives. It was Lily who sat through chemo sessions, Lily who held Catherine's hand through pain, Lily who reminded her daily why life was worth fighting for. One evening in the hospital, Catherine spoke weakly. "Lily, you have given me more than you know. You returned my mother's ring that day, but you gave me something better. You gave me purpose again. You reminded me what matters. Family is not just blood. It is who shows up." Catherine survived the cancer, though it left her weakened. The experience changed her perspective further. She revised her will, made legal arrangements, had serious conversations with her lawyers. When Lily graduated high school with valedictorian honors, Catherine attended in a wheelchair. She had grown thin and frail, but her smile was radiant. Lily's speech focused on gratitude and second chances. She told her story without naming Catherine specifically, but everyone who knew them understood. She spoke about finding a ring and finding a family, about how one honest decision had changed everything, about how wealth was not measured in money, but in love and integrity. The audience gave a standing ovation. Catherine wept openly. Rosa held her hand. After graduation, Lily received a full scholarship to MIT. She planned to study environmental engineering, wanted to create solutions for communities like the one she grew up in. Before leaving for college, she spent a day with Catherine. They walked slowly through the park where they had spent many afternoons over the years, talked about everything and nothing. Lily, I need to tell you something, Catherine said finally. When I die, and eventually I will, everything in my foundation will be left to you. Not to spend on yourself, but to continue the work. Helping families like yours was. Lily started to protest, but Catherine raised her hand. This is not charity or payment. This is legacy. You understand what it means to have nothing. You understand what help can mean. You will use these resources better than anyone. You will change lives like yours was changed. Promise me. Lily promised through tears. I will honor you, she said. I will help everyone I can. Catherine smiled. I know you will. That is why I trust you. You proved your character at 8 years old. Everything since has confirmed it. Lily went to MIT, excelled as expected. During her sophomore year, Catherine passed away peacefully. At the funeral, Lily delivered the eulogy, spoke about love and rings and second chances, about a woman who saw past poverty to recognize character. Catherine's biological children were shocked to learn the bulk of their mother's estate went to a foundation run by Lily. They considered contesting the will, but Catherine's lawyers had prepared thoroughly. The documentation was ironclad. Catherine had been of sound mind, had explained her reasoning clearly, wanted her wealth used to help families in need, trusted Lily to honor that vision. Lily was 20 years old and suddenly responsible for a multi-million-dollar foundation. It was overwhelming, but Rosa helped ground her. Remember why Catherine chose you, her grandmother said, because you understand struggle, because you will help people who truly need it, because you proved long ago that you value people over money. Lily restructured the foundation, focused on 3 areas: education funding for low-income students, job training and placement for adults trapped in poverty, and direct support for families in crisis. Every decision guided by the question, what would have helped us? The foundation grew. Lily's leadership was featured in news articles, young woman from poverty now helping thousands, but Lily avoided publicity when possible. This was not about her. It was about the people they served, about families like hers had been, about giving people not handouts, but opportunities to build better lives. Rosa remained involved, worked part-time at the foundation. Her lived experience was invaluable. She could spot when applicants were genuine versus gaming the system, could offer advice that came from walking the hard road herself. She was in her 70s now, but sharp and dedicated. One day, a young mother came to the foundation offices. She had 2 small children, had lost her job, was about to be evicted, was desperate but trying to maintain dignity. Lily interviewed her personally, listened to her story, saw herself and Rosa in this woman's struggle. The foundation paid 3 months' rent while helping the woman complete nursing certification, found childcare so she could attend classes, connected her with a hospital hiring program. 6 months later, the woman had steady employment and stable housing. Lily was 25 when a journalist asked her about the ring story, asked if she ever regretted returning it, regretted not taking the easy way out. Lily answered thoughtfully, "That ring was worth $50,000. If I had kept it, we would have had money for a while, but it would have run out eventually, and I would have become someone I was not. Someone who steals. Instead, I returned it and gained something worth more. A mentor who believed in me, resources that lifted my whole family, and most importantly, I kept my integrity. That is priceless." The journalist pressed, "But you were 8 years old and desperately poor. No one would have blamed you." Lily shook her head. "My grandmother would have. I would have. We were poor, but we were not thieves. Poverty does not erase morality. It tests it. That day, I chose who I wanted to be." The article went viral. Lily's story inspired millions. Parents used it to teach children about character. Schools invited her to speak, but Lily remained humble. "This is not about me," she insisted. "It is about all the families struggling right now, all the children facing the choices I faced. We need to create a society where being honest does not require being a hero, where doing the right thing does not mean sacrificing everything." Rosa retired fully at 75. She moved into a small house the foundation purchased. Nothing extravagant but comfortable, safe, warm in winter. She had a garden where she grew vegetables and flowers, had neighbors who became friends, could finally rest after a lifetime of brutal work. Lily visited every Sunday. They cooked together, Rosa teaching her granddaughter recipes from their heritage. They talked about Catherine often, remembered her with love and gratitude. Rosa lived to see Lily graduate from MIT with highest honors, watched her granddaughter accept prestigious awards, saw the foundation help thousands of families. She passed away peacefully at 78 with Lily holding her hand. At Rosa's funeral, Lily spoke about the woman who raised her, about work ethic and integrity and unconditional love. After Rosa's death, Lily felt unmoored briefly, but she channeled grief into work. The foundation expanded, started programs in multiple cities, helped tens of thousands of families annually. Every person helped was tribute to Rosa's memory, to the values she instilled, to the example she lived. Lily never married, dedicated her life to the work. Some thought this sad, but Lily did not. She had purpose, had family in the people she helped, had fulfillment in changing lives. She kept Catherine's ring in a safe, not to wear, but to remember. It represented the moment her life changed, the choice she made, the path she took. Sometimes when facing difficult decisions, she would take out the ring, hold it. Remember being 8 years old and torn between need and integrity. Remember choosing right over easy. That memory anchored her, reminded her who she was. By 40, Lily had helped over 100,000 families. The foundation was nationally recognized, but she still remembered every detail of that December morning. The cold lobby, her grandmother vacuuming upstairs, the ring glinting under the mat. The choice she faced. That moment defined everything that followed. People asked if she believed in fate, in destiny. Lily was not sure. But she believed in choices, believed that small decisions could cascade into life-changing consequences, believed that character mattered more than circumstance, believed that doing right was never wrong, even when it was hard. The foundation continued growing. Lily trained successors, built systems to ensure the work would continue after she was gone. She established strict criteria. Every leader had to have experienced poverty personally, had to understand struggle, had to value people over profit. Character was the first requirement, always. When Lily was 50, she received an award for philanthropic leadership. During her acceptance speech, she told the ring story one final time. "I was 8 years old and desperately poor," she said. "I found something worth a fortune. I could have kept it, changed my life. But my grandmother taught me that integrity matters more than money." She paused, looking at the audience of wealthy donors and foundation leaders. "That choice gave me everything I have now, not because it earned me a reward, though it did, but because it revealed who I was. It showed me I could be trusted with much because I was faithful with little. Character is not what you do when people are watching. It is what you do when no one would ever know. It is choosing right when wrong would be easier and more profitable. That is who we must be. That is what we must teach." The audience stood and applauded, but Lily was not thinking about them. She was thinking about an 8-year-old girl, about a worn-out grandmother, about a cold lobby and a sparkling ring, about the moment that changed everything, about choosing light over darkness, right over easy, honor over survival. That choice echoed through decades, touched countless lives, proved that character mattered, that integrity was not naive idealism, but practical wisdom, that doing good created more good, that light multiplied when shared. Lily lived to 78, the same age Rosa had reached. She worked until her final months, helping families, training leaders, ensuring the foundation's future. She passed away surrounded by people whose lives she had changed, former scholarship recipients, now doctors and teachers, families she had helped now stable and thriving. Leaders she had mentored now running their own programs. At her funeral, hundreds attended. They told stories about Lily's impact, about how she changed their lives, about her wisdom and compassion and unwavering integrity, about how she saw people not problems, potential not poverty. They remembered her signature advice: character is built in small moments. Choose wisely, choose kindly, choose right. The foundation continued after her death, grew even larger, helped millions over the following decades. But it all traced back to one moment, one choice. One 8-year-old girl who found a ring and returned it, who chose honor over survival, who proved that doing right was never wrong. That one small act of integrity cascaded through time, changed countless lives, proved that character mattered, that poverty was circumstance, but integrity was choice.